What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 negatives of having a girlfriend. Now, don't get it twisted, alright? I'm married. I've been married 9 years. I haven't had a girlfriend in a long time. Marriage is a little bit different than having a girlfriend. But I have a homeboy that's going through a certain situation that, kind of brought me to this topic, and I'm going to talk about it. And I've also went through the type of stuff that he's went through. So this is actually a really good topic. But there's also a lot of pros to having a girlfriend as well. And I'm going to make another video. But right now, this is the top 5 negatives to having a girlfriend. Number 1, and this is not the most important. I believe the last one on the list will be the most negative of them all. Alright, so first negative thing on the list today is money. Your money is going to decrease if you have a girlfriend. That's just the facts of life. But like I said, there are certain anomalies, okay, where the girl takes care of the guy. Don't get it twisted. I know there are plenty of girls out there that take care of the guy. All right, trust me. But in most occasions, the guy is the one usually picks her up, takes her to the movies, buys the food, buys the lunch. And, of course, he's going to have to start buying some sharper outfits. He's got to look good. He's got to impress the girl a little bit. You can't just walk around in your sweatpants and gamer clothes like you've been doing for the last 6 months. You're going to have to step your game up a little bit if you want to keep that girlfriend, okay? And then you're going to have to worry about birthdays, Christmases, holidays, Valentine's Day. All that adds up, my friends. And not to mention the gas going back and forth to get all those things. So that is the first negative on the list, man. Your money is going to be drained just a little bit more than what it used to be. You know what I mean? And that's probably an understatement. It's probably going to be drained dramatically. You're probably going to be acting like you're stunting. But for real, your bank account's on E, my friends. And your gas tank. That's how it is. A lot of guys out here, man, they try to act like they got tons of money. But, after the girl is chilling with them for a certain amount of time, she slowly realizes homeboy ain't got nothing. That's how it is. That's how it is. It's all about impression, or it's kind of like a big gimmick. You'll see a lot of people flashing money on Instagram and stuff like that, but for real, that's probably all the money and assets that they have. That's all they have in their hand. They drained everything in their bank account just to come in front of Instagram and flash $10, $100 bills. But, it's a good gimmick. A lot of people be like, oh man, he's strapped. A lot of girls will feed right into that. Oh, he's strapped, you know what I mean? But for real, in all actuality, a lot of these guys are faking the funk, But yeah, that is number 1 on the list. Money. It is definitely, I don't care what you say, there's probably a 5% chance that it doesn't happen like this, but your money's going to be lower than if you were single, just worrying about yourself. That's just a fact. Next on the list is forfeiting. That's right, you're going to have to forfeit some things, especially your friends, okay? A lot of relationships, it seems as though the guy's best friend, okay, the girlfriend always hates. Okay, so the guy usually ends up taking sides with her. It's like, okay, I'm going to stay with her, and he slowly breaks away from his best friend and kind of settles with the third-class friend and chills with him more and more, strictly because the girlfriend don't like his best friend. That happens all the time. And of course, like I said, not all the time. There are girls out there that don't care who you hang out with and stuff like that and what you do. But for the most part, man, that is how it goes. A lot of girls, they'll say, oh, I don't have no problem with anything like that. And then sure enough, slowly but surely, she'll start, yeah. And there he goes, your best friend. He's out the window. I saw this one, I think it was on Instagram. His homeboy. It was 2 guys, and this brings me to another point. Video games. Man, your video games is going to be depleted. You know how much I want to play video games sometimes, but I say no because I want to go spend time with my wife. And, and that's just how it is. You got to sacrifice some things in a relationship to make it work. You know what I mean? But I saw this little, I don't know what they call it, but it was like a little Instagram clip, something funny. Him and his homeboy are playing PlayStation on the couch, okay? And his girlfriend, his friend's girlfriend calls. And he's talking on the phone while he's still playing the PlayStation. He's looking over to his homeboy on the phone with his girlfriend. and he's talking, and his best friend slowly starts to disappear into thin air. His friend disappeared. That's what the joke was. You know, when you get a girlfriend, your best friend tends to disappear into video games and on the couch and just drinking beers, goes out the window. Now, this is the thing, though, okay? It's like the longer that you are with that person, it seems, not all the time, but the longer you're with that person and you gain their trust and you go through years and years of stuff with them, they slowly start to open up again. It just takes time, but you know, sometimes that time will go so long, you ain't even gonna have no homeboy no more. He might have done passed away or something by that time, you know. So, but yeah, that is number 2 on the list, man. You are gonna have to forfeit some things. All your little toys and your gadgets and going out drinking beers with your best friend are slowly going to dwindle, okay? If that girl really loves you and wants all of your time and attention and you love her, it's going to slowly disappear, my friends. You know what I mean? And that is a true sign of love when people sacrifice things that they like for the other individual, you know? Whether they're bad around that person or not, they are trying to respect the other person's wishes because they love them. You know, that is a good sign of love, okay? Sacrificing. Next on the list is drama, okay? This is funny, man. Every girl's like, oh, yeah, I hate drama. When you might first start talking to them or something, okay? Oh, yeah, I don't do drama. And you say right back, yeah, I hate drama too. I don't never do that stuff. And then slowly but surely, after you sleep with her about 30 times, and she's slowly moving all her stuff into your house, or you're slowly moving your stuff into her house, guess what? Drama's going to come about. Because that's what happens in a relationship. Relationships are drama, okay? Women vent, okay? There's a big difference there between men and women, okay? Men, they don't really vent. They might say a couple things about their day, but they don't vent, okay? If your man, ladies, if your man is out there venting to you all day and night, venting, he might be gay, you know? I'm just saying, because most guys, almost every guy I've known, they don't vent, okay? That's kind of the girl's thing to do, all right? Even a girl says they don't like drama or anything, but they will come home and tell, you know, let's say they had a rough day at work with their coworker. They will sit there and talk to you for 30 minutes straight about how freaking evil the other girl at work is. You know what I mean? And it's funny, too, because a lot of times when girls complain and bring drama to the table, it's always about another girl. It's always about another girl employee, you know? You don't really hear anything too much about guys. The guy side. They're always complaining about another girl. Girls, man, y'all really need to work on getting along with each other, you know? So yeah, man, I don't care if you say it or she says it, that y'all don't do drama. Guess what? Drama is coming your way. That's right. You're going to be playing your PS4. Next thing you know, the door slams, and she's going to, you know, might take all of her stress and anxiety out on you if you don't listen to her vent. You know? That's how it goes, man. I'll tell you what. But yeah, drama. It's gonna happen, okay? That is a big negative because I love drama free. Why can't I just play Call of Duty, make some YouTube videos, and eat some good food? You know? But that's how it is, man. Women. I saw a picture of a woman and a man's brain as they sleep, okay? And a woman's brain is actually much more active than a man's brain when they sleep. I don't know why, but their mind always goes. There's this, I forget the scientific term, but when they're at rest, their brain, another part of their brain actually activates, and it kind of keeps them going, even though they're at rest. Guys, when they're at rest, it's like their whole brain shut off in the little electric magnetic diagram that I seen when I was reading on it. It's like their whole brain shuts off. They're just like, you know, zombie mode. That's their relaxation, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, girls' minds definitely work totally different than men's, but like I said, drama's gonna come regardless, you know what I mean? Now, number 4, okay, this one pertains to the drama as well, and number 5 will too. It could all fit into the drama criteria, but check it out. Number 4, fights. Fights, my friends, that's right. You could go to an ice cream store and, you know, something happens, a girl might look at you the wrong way or something, or the guy might look, oh my God, this brings me to a good story. Good story, I swear I just thought of it. Check it out. Fights. There's going to be times where you're going to have to fight, okay? Strictly because probably your girlfriend started it all, okay? Or just couldn't stop running her mouth. You know, there are girls out there that they have some tempers, my friend, okay? And might end up starting something with some dude, you know, and then you gotta back her up. Of course, you're like, God, here we go, you know, and you gotta go back her up, and you might go to jail because you had to back her up, you know, that's how it goes. You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to defend her, and you know, even if she's wrong, because if you don't defend her even if she's wrong, man, you're gonna be paying the price when you get home. That's just how it is, man. You don't want that, you know. Anyways, check out this story. This is a story where I was like, ain't happening. You know what I mean? Ain't happening. Check it out. But this is when you know, what would y'all do? Tell me what y'all would do in this situation, okay? I need to hear y'all's input on this in the comment section on this story. But I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, whether y'all think I'm a freaking little chump or not. Okay, so me and Brittany went to, this was a long time ago, before we were married. You know, we were young. I was like 21, about to be 22, and she was like, I don't know, 18. But anyway, we were very young, okay? And I took her to a trap house. I needed some weed, man. So I was like, screw it, let's go. We're going to go somewhere, okay? So we went to this like trap house thing, man, and we went in, me and her. I brought her in. I probably should have just left her in the car. But usually when I go there, even though they're selling bud and stuff in and out the building, okay, it's usually only like 3 guys in there. But when we went in there this time, it was a freaking whole party. And I'm talking about, they were deep, okay? They were deep. It was probably like 15 dudes in the living room and some on the hallway when we walked through. I was like, God. And she was like the only girl in there. I didn't even see a girl in there. So long story short, we're sitting there waiting for our weed to be bagged up. And when we're leaving, okay, everything goes good. I give them the money, you know, no disrespect or anything. But as I'm leaving, okay, I'm walking in front of her. I should have been walking behind her, for real. I don't know how I got in front of her. But I was walking in front of her. And I didn't think anything was going to happen like this. You know what I mean? I really didn't. I trusted, you know, the people that were there. Not all of them, of course, because I don't know half of the people that were in there. But I thought they would at least respect me knowing who I am. You know what I mean? But I know them and what they do on the streets as well. They are strapped in this house, okay? I'm talking about guns everywhere, all right? Keep that in mind. Gangbanging. Now, I'm leaving the house, and she leaves the house. We get in the car, and she goes, someone in that hallway grabbed my butt. And, you know, I kind of got a little angry. I said, well, we ain't going back in there, that's for sure. I'm not going in there starting no crap. You know, we gone. He got a free grab. See ya. You know what I mean? So maybe y'all can tell me what you would have done. Would you have went back even if you did have a gun? You know what I mean? Even if you did have a gun, would you have walked back and started a whole freaking drama in a trap house behind a guy grabbing your girl's butt? I don't know if you would have, man. I know there's going to be some gangsters out there that said they will, but hey, I'll tell you like this, man. I tell you all the time, you got to pick and choose the battles. You might get killed out there in them streets behind that butt grab, you know what I mean? So I just brushed it off my shoulder. I said, hey, we're gone, you know, let's go mellow out. You know, that is what it was. So yeah, drama can come about, man. Your girlfriend could be getting eyeballed or kind of like sexually harassed or anything like that. And what are you going to do? You know, certain situations, like I just said, you're going to either walk away or you're going to go in there and get freaking murked. You know what I mean? But most of the time, it's usually 1 or 2 guys. What are you going to do? You going to fight both of them? You know? I'll take those odds all day to stand up for my wife or my girlfriend, whatever the case is. I'll take those odds all day. Even if I have to come back 10 minutes later from around the corner behind a bush while he was getting in his car. I'll be back, homeboy. You know what I mean? So yeah. That is number 4. And number 5. This is number 5. This is top of the list. And this is actually very scary. This is something that my homeboy is going through as we speak. And I have went through it, man. I have went through this personally. When you have a girlfriend, okay? When you have a girlfriend, there's a lot of girls out there that are very vindictive. Have you ever seen the movie with Martin Lawrence? I forget what it's called. But the girl pretty much sent him to prison, took him for everything he had, lied, abused herself, called the cops and all this other stuff, okay? That stuff really happens. There's people sitting in jail. You know, I went to jail behind something that I didn't do, okay? Out of someone having pure anger for me. And I was sitting there, no bond, because I'm on probation, waiting to go to court to beat the case, okay? And this is how it is. My homeboy's on probation. And he has a crazy, lunatic girlfriend, okay? And I'm talking about so crazy in love that she would rather lock him up and know that he's behind bars, you know, than to see him leave and think that he's in clubs. There are girls out there like that, and that is probably the biggest negative to girlfriends, because they all seem normal. Just same goes for guys. Guys can do it too. Guys can seem normal in the beginning, but slowly but surely you'll see, the girls have had stalkers, and same goes for guys. But what I'm saying here is this: girls have a huge advantage in the justice system, okay? And this is another video for another day, how to kind of bob and weave that power level that a woman has in the justice system. There are ways, man. There are ways. But for real, people that don't know anything about it, man, I'll tell you what, there's no ducking it, there's no avoiding it. If a girl goes in there, let's say she punches herself in the face, goes to the magistrate, punches her face like 5 times, she swells up her own face, goes to the magistrate and says, hey, my husband's been beating me, or my boyfriend's been beating me. Guess what? You're going to be going to jail. You might be in the club for that night, but when you get home, the police can be knocking on the door. You're going to jail without bond because you're on probation. Guys on probation, I feel sorry for them because they have to really tiptoe in every situation, even with women, their own girlfriends or family members. Probation sucks, man. And that's another way people get stuck in the system. A lot of people use that probation against them, and this doesn't happen all the time. A lot of people don't press charges on their boyfriend or girlfriend. It doesn't really happen like that, but it's happening a lot more frequently out here in the streets. You got to be very careful who you're talking to, and a lot of people, they seem very normal, down to earth, until they start to fall in love with you. When they fall in love with you, if you give them that good sex game, okay, if you give it to them good, I guarantee you, man, all that stuff goes right out the window. They are gonna, when a girl's in head over heels in love with you, there's no idea to know what she will do to make sure you are hers. Even if that means locking your freaking butt up. I'm telling you, I seen it. And my homeboy going through it, man, I'm telling you, just run now. Even if she pressed some... Look, this is another thing, man. I spent a year in jail fighting a case called abduction. And a lot of you already know. But I did not do it. And that's what happened, man. Someone went to the magistrate, said I abducted him with a gun at a stoplight, okay? A stoplight. Pulled 2 people out the car and put them in my car and abducted them. The whole story was a complete lie. But guess what? I went to jail and was facing 25 to 50 years, okay, for like just 2 charges. Okay, that wasn't even including all my other charges. Just behind 2 charges, I was sitting there, no bond, not wondering if I'm going to be even making it out of this place alive. You know what I mean? That's how much time I was facing, where all my family members would have passed away if I was found guilty for it, And all they did was step up in that magistrate's office and made up a story. Sad, man. It's sad. So be careful who you're dealing with out there, man. It's hard to really figure out what kind of person you're dealing with, because people can put on a good show. A good show. They could act like the most normal and down-to-earth and cool and relaxed individual you've ever met. Okay? 2 months later, the whole script is flipped. Okay? For real. Mark my words, man. I've seen it too many times, and there's guys I've seen in prison and jail that are sitting there, I swear, for nothing. Absolutely. Oh, that brings me to another thing. Look, check it out. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. I'll go on for 20, 30 minutes talking about that subject. But, yeah, those are the top 5 negatives to having a girlfriend. But please remember, man, some of these, it doesn't really happen too much. But some of them really do. And I know a lot of y'all understand exactly what I'm talking about. But there are really good pros to having a relationship, man. For real. It really is. But you just got to make sure it's with the right person, The right person. That's key. And it's hard to figure that out sometimes. Sometimes you're in too deep. You know what I mean? Is that the name of that movie, man? In Too Deep? I don't know. With Martin Lawrence. Maybe some... If that's the name of the movie, man, I ended this video on a good note. I named it right off the break, you know what I mean? Talking about the subject. But, yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Check out the links in the description of the video. My Patreon, man, I've been dropping some crazy freaking videos on there. You know what I mean? And also, go check out my merchandise, man, on Teespring. Links are in the description of the video. Go buy yourself some t-shirts, some Lockdown 23-in-1 sweatshirts, man. Winter is coming. And also, go follow me on Twitch. I'll be getting on there and streaming later on tonight. Don't know what I'm going to be playing yet. Don't know what I'll be playing, but it's going to be something. You know what I mean? Anyways, until the next time, man, I hope you all have a safe Friday. Don't forget, don't you be doing none of them drinking and drivings, man. I tell you what. Them things are vicious. Ain't no ducking them things. When the police gets behind you after you done had 4 beers, you might as well, pack your bags, get your whites ready. You're going to jail, at least for the night. You know what I mean? And then you're going to get that pretty little shiny breathalyzer in your car. Tell you, man, get an Uber. It ain't that expensive. If you're out there drinking, you can't afford an Uber, you shouldn't be out there drinking.